What's up everyone, my name is Jordan. If you haven't been here before, welcome. Today we are working on the Cube and we're going to be changing out the CVT transmission fluid as well as the filters, and I've got a new gasket for as well. But I gotta go to the parts store and grab an oil drain pan and then we'll get started. Okay, I just got back from Super Cheap Auto and I have the drain pan. Pretty much just going to be getting started now. As for the actual servicing parts, like the filters, the gaskets and stuff, the fluid, I'll put that down in the description below with the exact parts if you're doing this yourself. Just so you know, I got most of them from Nissan directly and they ordered them from Japan for me. So I'll get you the part numbers just in case you're doing it yourself. So we have NS3 fluid. So these take NS2, but NS2 has been discontinued. And I've been told that it is better to just use the Nissan NS3 rather than a third-party NS2 because they basically cause issues, and if it doesn't have OEM fluid, then it has more likelihood of not going well for us. This is the screen filter here. So inside there, you might not be able to see it, but there's a screen in here that catches kind of metal and shavings and stuff like that. Apparently that goes up in there. And then the one that people apparently forget when changing is this guy right here. So that is this little guy right here, which has the actual filter on it. So apparently that goes pretty far up, but we'll see see how we go with that. This part right here isn't an OEM one. I couldn't find that, they couldn't find that in their parts list, but we'll see if that fits. And this is the gasket that came with it. So the gasket that came with it is actually a different size and shape to this one here. So I'll just see. So this one here is actually metal as well. So as long as this one fits, I think it's metal. Actually, it could be something else, but this one's the one that actually fits, I believe, and that's from Nissan directly. So like I said, I'll pop the part numbers in the description and then we'll get started on jacking up the car. If you're looking at the center, just on the right side, and then that's the pan, the hot pan there. So we'll go ahead and get that one there out and drain it, and once it's fully drained, or at least it stops dripping, then we'll go ahead and take all of the bolts out. Looks like I'm gonna have to also take out the plastic cover here to get underneath those right there, which is annoying, but it shouldn't be too hard. So it looks like it is a 19mm for the drain plug. Oh, there we go. And that's still dripping, but what I was talking about was the plastic clips like that one and those ones there that all make up this undercover that's just covering the top bolts. Seeing as I'm going to be pulling the whole pan off, it's better for me to just pull this off first instead of trying to dig my way in there and pull them off without pulling this first. So I'm going to do that one now. Hopefully that's in focus. So I've got 3 clips off on this side. I'm just going to get the other ones on this side. Alright, just a few 10mm as well, and this plastic cover should be up. Next step is removing the pan. Alright, so there was a single bolt that was kind of hard to get. The wall of the pan was too close to the bolt, the nut, so it was a bit of a pain, but I found a socket with a smaller wall, so it fit a lot easier. And now that I've done that, you can see the pan, I don't know if you can see it, but the pan is loose and looks like we're pretty much ready to drop it. So I'm going to probably start with these ones on this side and then let it kind of drop all of the excess that's still in there and then get to this side over here. Okay, looks like it's ready to come off. Alright. So this is the pan itself. As you can see, there's some shavings and stuff on the magnets. There's some sludge there as well. It's pretty disgusting, to be honest. So the oil as well. I'll just stick my finger in there. See, it's like black, dirty as. I don't know when this was changed, if it's ever been changed, but it's pretty disgusting. I'll go ahead and empty this oil into the drain, and then we'll clean up the pan. I'll show you the magnets by themselves and give them a wipe for you, and then it will be onto changing the filter and the screen filter as well. I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but there's a bunch of little metal shavings here. A bunch of little metal shavings, which is expected, seeing as it is a CVT. It is a metal kind of chain on the inside grinding up, but that's the stuff you don't want going back through. Otherwise it's going to cause more issues than you would like. So I'm going to let that fully drain, give it a wipe, and yeah, glad we're changing this. Alrighty, so we have the pan cleaned up. As you can see, the magnets are now also clean, so no metal shavings. The pan is actually clean, and then next we're going to have a look at the gasket. So it is a metal gasket in there, so I'm guessing the OEM one that I got will be the same. And looks like it is, which is perfect. So probably could get away with reusing that one there, but I'd probably rather just throw the new one in. I guess I can keep that one as a spare. I'll go with the new one and get that in there. So it'll go on top, just like that. Obviously I'd line it up with two hands, but looking underneath here, I can see that there's all of these bolts or nuts that I need to get, and then it looks like this section is the actual filter just up here, but it's just there on the left, and then that's the screen filter. But one thing to note is for the filter, they are Allen bolts, or you need Allen keys to get that off, so you will need a combination of both sockets and Allen keys in order to get both of these done. So yeah, I'll pop you guys down, we'll jump into it, and I'll probably time lapse this part as well and show you them once they're both out and compare them to the new parts. So it looks like this is the part that came out. It looks like the screen filter there, but definitely doesn't look the same as the one I got off some random website. So that's the one I got off the website. You can tell just by the bolts or holes alone that this one is, sorry about the truck, this one's not going to be an exact switch out. What I might do is just see if I can clean up the screen here. Seeing as it's out, may as well clean it as best I can,
and I think the other filter that I have in here is the correct one, so we'll go ahead and get that one switched out as well. But for now, I'm just going to clean this filter and see how that looks. If you can see that, there's quite a bit of metal in there. I'm going to see if I can get that out, because that's the stuff I don't want floating in there. The rest of the filter that I could see, at least, looks okay. I've given it a little dab, get all the dirty oil, as much as I can at least, out, so it's just that stuff. Gave it a good clean as best as I could to get as much metal out of there as possible, and just gave it a wipe down as well. Just be careful if you are doing this and you didn't get the right filter like me, then be careful of this part because it is sharp. I cut my finger a couple times, but not too bad. Yeah, for the most part, it looks like I've gotten most of the metal out. There's a few little spots where I can see a tiny bit of shavings on the inside that I just could not reach at all, but that'll do. Like I said before, we do need to get this part out. Let me just point to it. This part right here, it looks like it is just 4 Allen bolts, and I will see what size it is. I think it's a 5, but it could be like a 4. I've got a 5 in my hand. Looks like it is a 5, so. This is the new piece, new filter. See, it's pretty yellow. And then this right here is the old filter. So old, new, backwards, let's match that up, but same piece from Nissan themselves. Yeah, just gonna pop this one back in and then pop the screen filter in, reassemble everything, and then we'll fill it up with some new fluid. Okay, so the pan is on. Don't forget to tighten the drain plug, which I haven't done yet, but I'm about to do. And then we will look at how to actually put the new fluid in. Looking at the engine bay, it looks like, so that's your coolant or your radiator. So it looks like that thing in the center right there is, I believe, the fill and the way to check the level on it. So I'm probably going to go ahead and take this out so I have a little more room. Alright, so I did get it. It was pretty easy. Let me just get the focus. So this is, you have to basically push a tab on the left side, and once that tab is pushed in, you can pretty much just pull the dipstick out from there. So it is going to come out now. It's a pretty small opening, but I think that will work. Yep, so that'll work. We'll just be going slow anyway. Make sure that there's nothing in the funnel, because that would be kind of productive. Here's the fluid. It's probably too close, but here's the fluid. When you do, check with the dipstick wherever I left it. So you can get to focus, but the way it goes in is like that when it locks. So we turn it 180 degrees, so turn it so it's on the right side with the little latch. that will not lock in and you'll be able to get a proper reading. Alright, so I have given it probably close to 7 liters now. I googled it and apparently it's like 7.4 liters, so I've just given it as close to 3/4 of that as I can, which would be 7 liters. So I'm gonna go ahead and check it again. My battery is about to die, so I gotta go switch the battery as well. Okay, we're pretty much done now. I'm gonna leave it up on the jack stands and leave the drain pan underneath as well. Probably move that, but just in case it leaks for whatever reason. I don't think it will. Everything seemed tight. There was no leaks before. But I'm gonna heat up the car, or turn the car on, let it warm up to temperature, and then need to cycle through park, all the gears all the way down really slowly, and then all the way back up. I might do it a couple times because it's supposed to apparently let the fluid go through when you're changing gears, so we'll do that. And before we finish for the day, I need to put that plastic cover underneath the car again, which is why I'm keeping the car up. Just want to see everything before I go through the effort of putting that on, just in case there was something that missed or something's wrong. So we'll go ahead and do the cycle through the gears now. Don't know if that's going to focus, but it's now on. I'm going to let it warm up like I said, and then we'll go through the gears. Alright, so let's go to reverse, and then into neutral, down into drive, down into low, and then back up 1, neutral, reverse, and park. So apparently that's all you need to do. I'm going to do it a couple times just to make sure everything kind of swooshes around in there that needs to be swooshing, and yeah, I'll do it a couple more times off camera and then double check there's no leaks and drop the car. The car is back on the ground and it's been 2 to 3 hours. I was fiddling around in between, so I reckon if I was to do this again, I could probably do it in an hour or less, especially if I had the correct filter, the screen filter, instead of cleaning it. That would have saved me some time. So car's back on the ground. Basically it's time to take it for a test drive. So alright, we're in the car. I packed everything up. I'm gonna go for a quick test drive, and I'm gonna go get myself some food from KFC. But yeah, I probably won't really record while driving just because I don't want to get fined, especially during end of school time right now. It's around 3 o'clock, so there's usually more police around, but we'll give you an update once I get back. Alright, just got back from the test drive, got my KFC, this little go bucket. Yeah, all good. No weird noises, couldn't smell anything weird. I'm about to jump out and make sure there's no leaks, but I don't think there are. I couldn't see anything on the ground anywhere. Yeah, it's easy as that. Couple hours of your time, obviously the right fluid, hopefully the right filters and stuff. But yeah, I left the part numbers in the description, so check those out. And if you like cubes, if you like some of the random stuff I do, then feel free to subscribe and leave a comment if you have anything to say. Thank you for watching.